All right, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations into the hopeful elect. Noise in the gospel abroad, living up the stern of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Um, this is just another quick lesson going into these different plagues and signs and seasons that the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai is magnifying on the earth. Okay, and if you can't see that the Lord is plaguing this place and that he's doing away with it and that he's breaking it down, then you're blind and you got demons on you. All right, that's a Firenato, all right, which is basically an equivalent to a tornado, but it's consumed with fire. That's pretty scary, man. And those are sights that, that's a rare case because I've never seen anything like that. And I'm not from the West Coast, so it's very unlikely for me to even capture that. But even brothers from the West Coast haven't even seen things like that. So, man, we're living in some real hilarious times, that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is rising up to judge the wickedness of the people. Because I noticed after the gender revealing party out there, that's when the Most High started doing this great work to a different degree. And also I believe that they're making if everybody knows what Nambla is about, and the P word, that they're allowing this thing to be legally ratified. I believe that they're trying to make that a some type of agenda orientation. So right there it tells you that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is getting ready to burn this place. Okay, and we already went over the examples of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities thereof because of the evil and the wickedness that transpired there. All right, so why this is not going to be a long lesson, but nonetheless, these are just the plagues and the prophecies, and we're here to warn you because the scriptures say, blow you the trumpet in Zion. All right, so hey, we're blowing the trumpet to warn the people, to let them know that, look, man, the time is nigh, and to get ready because the Lord is getting ready to come back. We don't have too much time left, while our people are playing and lollygagging and they're thinking that the American economy is going to rebound. It's not going to be the case, all right, because 2020 has been a hell of a year as far as prophecy is being concerned. In 2021, that's going to make this year possibly look like child's play, just depending on the spirit. The Lord's will, it'd be twice as worse. All right. So anyway, this is the book of Isaiah 30 and 27. It says, behold, the name of the Lord cometh from far, burning with his anger, and the burden thereof is heavy, and his lips are full of indignation, and his tongue as a devouring fire. All right. So the Lord is behind these storms. Whether Esau Edom, like I said, uses harp or some type of program or some type of machine or some type of weapon, military weapon, to cause these particular onslaughts, at the end of the day, it's still the will of the Heavenly Father because these are his judgments. Okay, and it says, and as his breath as an overflowing stream shall reach into the midst of the neck to sift the nations with the sieve of vanity, and there should be to be a bridle and the jaw of the people, causing them to err. All right, and going down it says, and yes, you shall have a song as in a night when a holy solemnity or a holy solemnity is kept, and a gladness of heart when one goeth with the pipe to come in into the mountain of the Lord, to the mighty one of Israel. And the Lord should cause his glorious voice to be heard, and should show the lightning down of his arm with the indignation of his anger, and with the flame of the devouring fire, for scattering and tempest and hailstones, which goes into those nuclear missiles, man. All right, but look at the plagues that's being played out on the planet Earth. All right, that's why the scriptures say, blow you the trumpet in Zion. We're blowing the trumpet, and the spiritual aspect of that video was the fact that you heard a trumpet, you heard a sound of an alarm, a sound of war, a sign of urgency. Because if you was to hear that over one of these cities, then hey, you would bug out, man, because that means some type of danger is impending. Like I remember a couple years ago, I had a vision that the nuclear missiles was touching down in America, and I heard those sirens, and it gave a countdown. It gave that hour countdown all the way up until the last 10 seconds, and within the last 10 seconds, our chariots popped up above us, and they delivered us, So, we're living in those times, man, And it says, for though the voice of the Lord should be, it says, and for through the voice of the Lord shall the Assyrian be beaten down, which smote with the rod. And the Assyrian is really going into Esau Edom. All right, and the voice of the Lord is really the prophets, but the Lord is bringing a horrific work to this place, and it's not going to rebound. For those of you out there that believe that America is so great, well, Trump or Biden or any of these particular soothsayers and these demons, they're not going to make this place great again. Forget about it. America is totally done, and it will be decimated with nuclear fire. All right, So this is the book of Amos 3 and 6. It says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people be not afraid? And on the original footage of that video, you can hear the guy in the background that said, oh my God, once that horn blew, once that trumpet sounded, and you saw that Firenato, hey, that's when these guys bugged the hell out, man. You know? All right. And that was a very horrific sound. So, you know, these things are intensifying, and you got to really think about it this way, like Edomite America, it's fallen, you know, like the middle class, like for one thing, the middle class, they're pretty much wiped out now. And, you know, like brothers was talking about how the middle class people, they didn't give a damn about the lower class people, you know, but they're saying something now because ultimately they're being victimized by the effects of the economy due to this whole pandemic, COVID, and all these different storms, because that's going to cost billions of dollars to repair and to rebuild up there out in there in the land of California, Oregon, Washington. You know, it's going to be, that ain't going to be built up overnight. And like the scripture said in Malachi, it says they should build and I would throw down. So really, Esau ain't got no time to be really building things up. Like if you pay attention and you go throughout all these metropolises, and you can see the fact that they're building up these new developments, but nobody has the money to afford to live in these particular places. Why? Because everybody's broke, you know? And it's just the Most High said that he should mingle the perverse spirit out in the midst of Egypt. And you're seeing it through the prophecies, through the plagues, because these are nothing more than plagues that the Lord has brought about this place, man. So, you know, it's a beautiful thing, you know. You can't really argue with it. And the fact that this is an act of the Most High, you know, it's become evident that it's something much more effective than just natural disasters or causes. Like, we're living in a time that we're seeing the Most High do his great work, man. And this is really just the appetizer, man. Like, we haven't seen nothing yet. This is just the calm before the storm. Like, those fires out there, that's nothing compared to what the Lord is really getting ready to do to you people. Because, I mean, America's got to be, it's going down. It's reached its peak of prominence. Now it's time for it to be totally destroyed and decimated. Because for one thing, the draconian laws that they're setting up, you know, the unrighteous decrees that they're setting up, making it mandated that people got to wear masks, you know, taking away people's civil freedoms. Anybody that questions the fidelity of COVID, then all of a sudden you're denying them services, etc. You know, like it's a movie I gotta check out. It deals with the RFID chip. It's a part 1 and 2 to it. And basically the lady went into the office and her baby was crying, and she said, look, I need help. My baby is crying. They said, let me see your ID. And then the lady didn't have the ID. She said, I can't take the mark. And they said, well, I'm sorry, we can't help you. Basically turned her and our starving baby away. Why? Because, hey, she refused to get the chip. You know? So we tell you like this, you Edomites out there, those of you that buck up and say, well, the mark of the beast is the RFID chip and you are against the government, it ain't going to benefit you to not take it. Like, what's the point? I mean, you're an Edomite. You can reject the mark of the beast, but if you're an Edomite, whether you reject it or not, you're still going to get the missiles. You're still going to slavery. So you Edomites, if anything, you need to be pushing. Take the mark of the beast for your people, because that's the only way it's going to assure your survival. Well, sure your survival just for a tad bit longer. But during the time of the mark of the beast, the economy is going to be pretty much in obsolete mode. And on top of that, you're going to have war going on simultaneously, because for the simple fact, due to global markets being toppled and global markets are shutting down over the world, they're going to blame America for that. So it's easy to say that this place is going to see the nuclear missiles at the time of the RFID chip, because after the chip, things going to speed up quick, because the Lord is not going to allow his elect to get caught up and get chipped, man. You know, he's not going to allow us to get chipped. Lord's will be of that number. So once the chip is instituted, the Most High is going to burn this place, man. You know, because if not, then, hey, like I tell you in the book of Luke, in the book of Matthew and Mark, it tells you that for the elect's sake, those days were cut short. Because if the Lord allowed us to drag on, they'll kill the prophets off. They'll kill us off, man. They'll be putting chips in us, experiment with us, and ultimately, man, they'll just do away with us. We've died from poisoning, you know, smog in the air. Like right now, it's technically a clear day outside, but you can see the smoke and the smog from out there in Oregon and California due to those wildfires. You can see it over here, and I'm in the Midwest. You can see it as far as in Europe, man. Okay? So anyway, this is the book of 2nd Esdras 16:1. It says, woe be unto ye Babylon in Asia, woe be unto thee Egypt and Syria,
It says, gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair, and bewail your children, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. It says, woe unto Babylon, America, okay? Asia, going into you Asian, you Chinese folk, you Vietnamese, which a lot of the Vietnamese and Malaysians, they're Jakes, man, all right? A lot of them Japanese, they're Jakes. Those Cambodians, a lot of them are Jakes, you know, but nonetheless, I mean, a lot of them are heathens too. And you're going to catch the same judgment that Esau is going to catch, because you're in bed with them, because you Moabites and you Ammonites, and you believe that you're going to be the next ones that's going to stand in the power seat once this devil go down. But you're going right down with Esau. You're going right in slavery with these damn devils, man. All right? You're not going to partake in the fruits of the kingdom. All right? Even though you're not going to be ultimately destroyed, because you're going to serve your slavery, then we're going to let you back in your lands after you serve your slavery. But nonetheless, you're going to serve a very, very harsh period of captivity under the Israelites, man, whether you like it or not. So that's what you have to look forward to. And it says here, your destruction is at hand, all right, meaning your destruction. So sooner or later, the Lord is going to burn all these places, man. He's going to start with chariots, missiles, wildfires, tornadoes. I mean, you're going to have sinkholes popping up in places that you ain't even realize that they can even happen. You know, you're going to have blood moons popping out of the blue. Like next month on Halloween, they're talking about some type of blue full moon, man. That the moon is going to look freaking blue almost. You know? So these are all signs that's taking place that the Lord is manifesting it. But yet, man, you still somehow got people that's playing in their ass. And that's cool, though, because you know what? If we give out the warning, like I'm going to quote the scripture again, it says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, give them warning. We're doing that. We're doing what he specified Ezekiel, what he told Ezekiel to do, to go out there and blow the trumpet, to warn Israel and to get the wicked man to return from his sins. But if he return not, then his blood should be upon his own head. All right? Because if we warn you and you still choose to negate it, then, hey, what else can we do? We can't say nothing else. You chose to reject the words of the Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So therefore, you're going to be judged. Period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is not rocket science. It's just simple. You know, something that we ain't really gotta, you know, we ain't gotta worry about that. And those brothers stay faithful and they stay, you know, doing the work and being brotherly, you know, and doing all those things that is required for salvation. We ultimately gonna be okay. But it says a sword is sent among you, and who may turn it back. And I bought these precepts out yesterday, but you know what? I haven't bought these particular precepts out in a while in 2nd Ezra 16. So, you know, we can hit these all day. We can hit these precepts every week, because really, you know, we're dwindling down. We're going over the same topics, the mark of the beast and the prophecies, and a lot of them requires the same scriptures. Unless, you know, Jake like to get fancy and pull out scriptures ain't nobody heard in a while, you know. But nonetheless, man, it's not about that. It's about making a point, even if we sound like a broken record. Because now, man, we just getting the word out. We ain't got time to be trying to be pretty. Like a brother told me, he said, look, a win is a win, even if it ain't pretty. It's still a win, you know. And most wins ain't gonna be pretty, especially the times we coming in, you know, because the scriptures say that the elect should scarcely be saved. So we're gonna be saved through the skin of our teeth, man. All right, you're gonna have brothers that's gonna be here when the missiles hit, before the chariots beam them up. But the scriptures say no thing should come near thee, nor should hurt thee. They're gonna be beamed up right in the midst of that fire, you know. So hey, brothers, just look for the miracles, look for the signs, man. Hold the faith, you know. Keep the Lord first, because if you do that, then the Lord have no choice but to protect you, you know. Because I never known the Lord to just turn his back on somebody that's doing his will and that's doing what's required of him. You know, the Lord is not unrighteous that he's going to forget our work of labor of love, which we labor towards his name. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, they don't act like, they're not like that. They're fair powers. And a lot of times they over exceed. When you ask the Lord for something, he over gives it to you. You ask him for a little bit, he give you more than enough. You know, because that's the type of power we serve, man. He ain't just going to leave you out here stranded, you know. And if it appears he does, it's because he's trying to teach you a lesson, you know. But anyway, it says here, and a fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? And it says, plagues are sent unto you, and who is he that may drive them away? All right, which shows you that these things are coming from the Heavenly Father. Because Esau is out there trying to quench those fires, but guess what? They're worse. They're waxing a lot worse than what they appear to be. Because now that thing is burning out of control, to the point that the Most High, he's strategically attaching the vegetation out there, because, hey, it's got to be justified through this famine. Because once you have a overwhelming case of wildfires that throws off the ecosystem. And on top of that, the vegetation is not gonna grow as quick. It's gonna be totally parched. So therefore, the foods and gases and all types of things, water, those things are gonna go up, man. Because the ecosystem works as one unit. When one is balanced in nature, then it all equates to one balance. But when you have a lack of bees and pollen, then it lacks elsewhere. You know, that's like driving a vehicle with one tire, man. You got 3 tires and one is missing. It's going to be unbalanced to the point damage will be done to that vehicle. And it's the same way with everything in life. Everything needs a proverbial balance. And with Esau, he knows no balance, man. Okay? He only knows destruction, and he's on a one-way trip to hell. That's all he knows is destruction and death. Okay? He's anti-life. Come on, nigga. Back up the phone and get back up the car and get off the phone, man. Simple ass niggas, man. Can't stand fucking Jake. That's why I be glad when the Most High burn you niggas too, man. Cause you niggas tired of looking at you, man. You know, and I try not to get so angry at you, Jakes, because I know you just doing your job as the 2/3. But at the same time, you niggas just need death, man. All right. And there's no way to put it. There's no nice way to say it. You 2/3 niggas, you need fucking death. Like if the Lord killed every last one of you, man, I promise, man, I will praise you, how about Shimi, how shot. I won't feel no type of way. And that's the talk. And it says here, may any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood, or may one quench the fire in the stubble when it begun to burn. Okay? So, hey, you judgment is here, man. All right, I'm gonna drop down to verse 18. It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, and the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, and the beginning of evils. But what should I do when these evils come? All right, the man of the Lord is asking, what should he do? And the key word is to have faith. All right, because that's how bad he saw it in the vision. It was like, damn, am I gonna get caught up in this too? You know? But it says, behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute. But for all these things, they should not turn away from their wickedness, nor always be mindful of the scourges. So I remember when COVID first kicked off, Jake was, oh man, the world ending and this and that. But as soon as they let up a little bit, niggas got a little bit used to wearing the mask, and they're still able to turn up and, you know, eat fucking Chico sticks all goddamn day. Then Jake seemed to forget that we're in the midst of judgment. Jake seemed to forget that. So therefore they become complacent, so that wickedness increase, because they feel like, oh, well, we got another day to be wicked. You know, like most Jakes, they're in hurry for the economy to rebound and for COVID to be over, so they can get back into their folly. So they can get back into going to clubs, committing adultery, doing all sorts of drugs, popping Molly. That's what they're waiting on. All right? They're not waiting on things to get better to live a conductive life, you know, a productive life. But instead, they want it because all a nigga know is mirth. You know, that's why it says here, but for all these things, they should not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. But victuals should be so good, cheap upon earth, that they should think themselves to be in good case, but even shall then evils grow upon the earth. Sword, famine, and great confusion. All right. For many of them should dwell upon the earth, should perish of the famine. And we're in the midst of a famine. Well, brewing in the midst of a famine, because sooner or later these stores are going to be shut down. And the other that escaped the hunger should the sword destroy. And the dead should be casted out as dung, and there should be no man to comfort them. For the earth should be wasted, and the city should be casted down, and there should be no man left to till the earth nor to sow it. So, man, this shit is finna turn up, man. I mean, we're seeing the beginning stages of it. Don't know how many times we got to say it and how blind you morons are out there, but, hey, man, the Lord is not playing with you people no more. You know, especially our people. And that's the spirit. I was playing a game called The Last of Us last night, and basically these scriptures was coming to life. When I was playing it, these scriptures came to my mind because they was in Boston and a pandemic broke out, like a zombie outbreak, and this guy named Joel, he had to escort this chick named Ellie all the way over to the Fireflies because she held the antidote as to curing humanity. But through the midst of all that, the cities were casted down, the highways were blocked off, rubble was everywhere, dead bodies was everywhere. You had the battle of zombies and militia and regular people, you know, because the real threat was really the people. You know, the zombies was just a secondary cast, you know, but the people was really the ones that you had to worry about, because the people was receptive to what was going on. Versus a zombie, it only can attack what it sees. They don't know how to hide. They don't know how to, you know, be quiet. They don't know how to sit down and eat. They don't know how to plan. It's just there until it sees you. But a human being, shit, man, they are already planning like you planning. They got guns and weapons, and it was a battle of the Civitas, you know, and it was pretty much these scriptures that came to pass. You know, it says the dead should be cast out as dung,
And that was true, because on there I was in a sewer and people was taking refuge in the sewer, but the people that died in the sewer turned into zombies, and the people that got ate, their dead bodies was just, they were just lying all over the damn ground, you know. So it was crazy. And then the guy who I was with, because sometimes you pick up people along the way, it was two Jakes, and one of his brothers got bit by an infected, and then he killed his brother, and then the Jake killed himself. That's why the scriptures say that man's heart shall fail him for fear of the things that's coming upon the earth. So y'all ain't seen nothing yet, man. And when they shut this social media stuff down, oh man, that's when all that narcissist, that NPD, which is called narcissist personality disorder, a lot of that self-entitlement that you people suffer from in America, that shit going right out the window. You know, like you see on these different media sites, how you got these chicks working out and trying to promote their ab gains and doing fucking burpees and shit. Man, look, all that working out you doing and all that running and MMA you doing, you ain't doing nothing but getting yourself in shape to be spoils out here. Because out of all the weights you people lift, especially you women out there trying to keep up with men, you basically gonna be the spoils of war. Somebody gonna see you and come and crack you upside the head because you ain't battle trained, man. You know? But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shai, Bashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders, the apostles of GMS, and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. And with that, Shalom and a Baba Ball.